Welcome in everybody to another episode of the Red Couch. Once again, I have on my guest Nick, who is more like a co-host at this point. We discuss all things fitness goals, streaming related life goals, but since our conversations ran long, no shocker there, I'm going to go ahead and split this up into probably 3 different sections for uploads. I also want to apologize because my dog recently ate my headphones, so there is a little bit of an echo when Nick talks. So bear with me. I'm still trying to get all this stuff set back up. So let's get into it. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was your gym goals and all that stuff. Like, because I know it's not. I know from you that it's not like one of those like January rolled around, I'm gonna start going to the gym. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure Nick's been going to the gym. If anything, he just is making it more of a priority now. So I wanted you to tell me about it. Well, like any goals you had.
Oh, I could go on. I could yap like a. Oh,
Go for it, because
Um,
I have some things to say about mine as well. So I'm like, I want to hear what you
All
got.
All right. Well, yeah, like I've been going to the same gym for probably about 12 years. The last 2 years I kind of fell out of it. Last year I was really sick, so like I didn't really get the chance to go to the gym, like, and I gained a shit ton of weight. Got up to 300 pounds. Not really ashamed to say that now because, better shape now. More toned. I can, do a lot more things than, most skinny people can do, even though I'm a bigger dude. It's just muscles.
I was gonna say flexibility, because my flexibility is garbage.
See, mine is good, and I'm 275. Like right now, like my goal, like you see all the supplements in the back. I take a ton of supplements every day. I take creatine, collagen protein, whey protein, vitamin C, vitamin D. Trying to think what else I have. I think that's pretty much it.
Did you do like a deep dive yourself, or did you have like somebody help you out with that stuff?
Oh, my mom and my dad helped me out with that. They gave me like the creatine, the collagen protein, vitamins and stuff like that. I went and got the protein and like the pre-workout caffeinated stuff for workouts specifically at this local store. It's called Supplement King. We're actually getting one closer to my house, which is phenomenal. I don't have to drive 20 minutes to go there. So
That is a pain.
super helpful. But yeah, gym 5 times a week, usually right after work. I'm gonna be switching that up a little bit. I'll be going to the gym around 7 o'clock my time, Monday to Friday now. Starting next week, my buddy Josh is going to be joining me on his fitness journey. So like, I'll be working on my own stuff, but I'll also be helping him out. So like, it's kind of like a 2-for-1 right there. Like, I'm helping myself, and I'm also helping out someone else, which is going to feel like extra accomplishing.
Yeah,
I suppose.
I know a lot of newer people that they kind of recommend that because they're like, well, days you don't feel like going, then you have a buddy system. So if he doesn't want to go, you drag him along. You don't want to go, he drags you along, and it keeps you both honest and everything like that. And then like
Absolutely.
I know some people too. It's like, well, if you're trying to max out and lift a lot of weights, all right, well then you have a built-in like spotter and stuff like that. So that's also helpful.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. Like, you got someone that you can depend on, you can help out, they can help you in turn.
Let me ask you this though: when you go to the gym, I guess 2 questions. When you go to the gym, how long do you go for? And what type of like gym bro, I guess, are you? Like, are you the social guy, or are you like the I got some rager music on, don't talk to me? Or if there's other types, like
Let me think.
'cause
Usually when I go to the gym, it's like 45 minutes to an hour. I know so many people that just hang out at the gym for 3 hours, 4 hours. And it's like, you don't need all that time to do that shit. Like 45, like I went to the gym for 45 minutes before hopping on here. I'm still actually in my gym outfit right now. And I crushed chest for like 45 minutes. And you don't need a crap ton of time to do a good workout. I recommend 45 minutes to an hour, nothing less, nothing more. As long as you get like your specific amount of rest time in between each set and every exercise, you don't need to be there very long. You really don't. Type of gym bro, I can. I'm a little bit of the. I'm a little bit of both of the social slash loud music dude. I guess it really depends on the day. Like if I'm like I have a specific day for deadlifts, and that's usually Thursdays or Fridays. If I do that, usually the loud music is on. Trying to crush some PRs, whatever. But like most of the time, like I'll talk to other people at the gym. I'll still have my music blasting and stuff like that. Friendly with the trainers and whatnot. Yeah, so like a mix of both. Pretty much a mix of both.
Here's a random kind of question. Do you have, I think I know the answer, but I'm still going to ask. Do you have like a set, this is my gym playlist, I listen to the same 20, 25 songs, or do you just like, I want to hear this song today and throw it on random and see if it sends me some good stuff?
I got a playlist of 150.
Okay. I'm a bit older than most people, so when I would go to the gym on like my, I guess, gym bro stage or whatever, not that it's a stage, but like, so for my I guess gym stories or whatever, when I grew up, I was always like really thin and small. Like I think I was like 135 as a senior in high school. So I was like, and I'm 5'10", so like I'm not super short, but I'm not super tall. But I was pretty skinny. So then when I got to my 20s or whatever, when you're younger, you kind of get used to I can just eat whatever I want, and I just was burn it off because I was an athlete, so I was always running around doing stuff. And then when I didn't have that like freshman 15 or whatever that saying is, or freshman 10 or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's 15. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's freshman 15. So like my freshman year, I was like, I don't have this freshman 15. Okay, I guess I can still eat what I want, like even though I'm not like an athlete anymore. And then I think my junior year, I was finally like, you know what? My pants are starting to feel a little tight. I have put on some weight. And then like that, like senior year into the year after that, I was kind of like, okay, I have kind of like put on some weight. And like my goal was always like, I want to be like 180. Like I want to be a healthy 180. Like I don't need to be 2% body fat, but I was like, I want to be a healthy like 180. Like that's, muscular, whatever. So my like early to mid 20s, like I came home one summer and was like softball, and then it was like, it was like I'm graduated college. You kind of go through that phase of like, what the hell am I doing with my life? I'm just playing softball. I'm working part time. I'm not really making any ends like of my life. Like I don't feel like I'm improving. So I had a lot of anger, and so I took that to the gym because I was like, I don't want to be like chunky but like small arms, and so then like I didn't really lose any weight. I just gained a lot more muscles, and so like now my like arms and chest and shoulders are a lot bigger. And I was always kind of blessed with like not like thick legs but like strong legs. So I hated leg days because I was always like, well, naturally I could just run or jump and didn't have any problems just because I was such an athlete at such a kid age, And I was definitely like, I would go in there. I'll bring this back around. I would go in there with my iPod, where you had to plug it in, and
oh my god,
and would have that as my like, and I had my list, same list every time, and I still have my iPod, it sits in my car, barely can survive if it's not plugged in, but same playlist. I think it only runs like maybe 30 songs deep before it restarts. But if I get through that whole playlist, I've been slacking. I have not been going hard enough because I'm a very, and you know this about me, I'm a very detail oriented person. If I go in there, I have a plan. I know exactly what I'm going to do. So I know from the like kinesiology background, like, all right, well, if you do this and you're doing your biceps or whatever, all right, you need a little bit of downtime before you go back to that set. So instead of being one of those people that, I'm not throwing shade, but, if you want to waste your time, stand around on your phone and fiddle around for your 10 minutes or whatever you want. But I would do like, all right, this is an arm day. So I'm like, all right, I go do bicep. And then while I'm resting the bicep, I'm going to go do abs. I'm going to go work obliques. And then when I come back, do it again, and then like I just keep doing that. So I was like, all right, there's one set. I just did obliques and I did biceps. Then I move on to the next one. It's like, all right, well now I'm doing upper abs and I'm doing chest or something. And so like I would basically do like 3 of those and then do it again 3 times, and it's like 45 minutes or now you're done, and you just did all these different muscle groups.
Yeah.
So like, and like, but I wouldn't go every day. I would go like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes Sunday. But I would always start with cardio. So I'd start with on the treadmill warm up for like 10 minutes, and then and then I'd end it in the pool, because we actually had a pool at this place, because that's like, you know, you get a great workout, and that's kind of like the like muscle endurance part of it, where it's like it's not as hard on your heart, but it's still hard on your body, so like you burn more stuff. And that's the like mental aspect too, where it's like you're already freaking tired, but it's less stress on your joints, your muscles, or whatever. So it's more of a cardio, like keep pushing, go as far. And I'm not a good swimmer, but that was always like what I like to do. But I was the don't talk to me. I don't want, like, if you don't clean your seat or your rack, like I'm listening to like Rage Against the Machine. So I'm literally like, I'm literally looking at you like, are you gonna fucking put those weights back up? Like, really? You gonna leave those right here? I'm right here working, doing sit-ups. Like, you're gonna leave them? Like, so I would like to go, like, the morning time I always felt are busy, and the after work we're always busy. I would go super late at night when nobody was there. And so I could just grab my run of the mill on whatever supplies or stuff that I needed, and then I could clean them all afterwards and not just have to like, all right, well, I just did one set of 10 and then need to clean it down for the next person. I'd be like, no, I'm going back and forth between these two things. Sorry, like. But I will say I never really got into the supplements stuff. Like I just felt like that was a rabbit hole I was not capable of, but just it was just like I didn't trust it from all those like high school football dudes that just loaded up on shit and just felt like they just got like really bad acne.
They most likely loaded up on roids too.
It was like, I know creatine was super popular, and like I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that, but I was just like, you can't just like load up on creatine and think you're just gonna get muscle. Like, especially the dudes that like weren't lifting. Like the dudes that were lifting were like, all right, I see improvements in you, bro. Like you hitting it hard. And other people, it's just like, bro, that creatine's going to your gut. Like you're not even running.
Like if you're not putting in the work, why you shouldn't even be taking creatine?
Yeah. So you said your parents helped you out with that stuff. Do they have like are they gym goers or?
No, my mom just had creatine upstairs, like all these different vitamins. The organic collagen protein is the green container in the back. And we also she also had like hydration powder as well. To keep up that appetite of wanting to continue to drink water continuously throughout the day. So I have this shaker. I drink at least 9 to 10 of these per day.
Damn. I do feel like
I drink that much water. It's ridiculous.
I do feel like it's a great thing for that, because I do feel like I drank so much more water when I was like active and stuff like that. Not only for like the recovery and like while you're doing it then, but then like the next day. The recovery the next day was always the worst part for me, because it was like, I know your muscles are like rebuilding and stuff, but it's like this DOMS is kicking my ass. And that's where I'm like, man, I wish I had some better supplements or something that would have like helped with the recovery phase.
Yeah, like at first it was tough, like getting used to everything, but now it's just, now it's stabilized in my body, and I'm pretty much used to it at this point. The biggest adjustment for me was, here, I'll go grab it. It was the this stuff. Oh. It's pre-workout. It's caffeinated powder. You take half a scoop. You take it 15 to 30 minutes before you work out. Gives you all this kind of energy for like 3 to 4 hours. Like this is probably like, if anything, the most dangerous thing.
Yeah.
I'll do like a quarter of it. Like I won't do the regular serving. I'll do like a quarter of it or maybe even less, just to give me that little boost that I need before I go to the gym. Um, and it helps a lot. It does. And it like if you have like even a little bit of motivation, like if you take it, your mindset changes. It just elevates like that. And same thing with like your energy levels at the exact same time. It just shoots right up.
Yeah, I haven't tried that specifically. I've heard enough stories of like a handful of guys that basically it's like they're cocaine to the gym.
Mm.
And and some of them I worry about it because I'm like, you're not the smartest with measurements. I'm really worried about your heart, like, because
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people at the gym who'll do like two fucking scoops before they actually work out, and here I am doing like a quarter, or like not even.
see, I feel like that's dangerous taking that much. I think
Mm.
you're probably fine, but there was something that was like it was like a it's not like cold medicine, but it was something that like what are they called? It's like Easies or something like that, where it's supposed to be for headaches, but they're like it's just like pre-workout when you look at the compounds. And I took some of that because I was at work and I had a migraine. They're like, "Well, take this; it should go away." And I keep
Was it like a powder or like a pill or
yeah,
something?
it was like a powder,
Okay.
and I took it and like I have my little wristwatch that like tells my heart rate and everything like that,
Mm.
and like my rate is actually pretty like your 60 to 100 whatever's pretty like normal, and mine's a little bit low. I'm usually in the 50s, and dude, I was up to like 150 on that stuff, and I was just like, this is and like my headache didn't really go away. It just kept pounding. I could feel it more. And I was just like, this shit ain't for me. Like, this is making my heart freak out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, maybe you build a tolerance to it. But I was also like, anyone listening, read your guidelines, get the proper limits. Don't think you're God because you're not. Like, just be very careful with this stuff. Like, it can be super beneficial if you do it properly or you maintain your schedules and everything like that. But it can be dangerous if you take advantage of it or don't read it or do it properly.
100%. Like, I can't remember. Like back in high school, I did this stuff, and like I would do, high school, stupid, doing dumb shit. I would do more.
You think you're invincible? I know we all do when we're in high school.
Yeah. But now obviously it's a different story. We grow, we learn.
So, what is your end game goals, I guess, for the gym? Like, I know usually people are like, I want to gain this amount of muscle or percentage or of body fat, or I want to lose this amount of weight. And then at that point, you're kind of like, all right, well, after that, I'm trying to increase flexibility, or I just want to maintain it, or whatever. What are your end goals or current goals for 2026?
End goal would be to be like around 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily worrying about like body fat percentage or anything like that, because I'm a bigger dude. I know I'm never going to be like completely skinny with like abs. Like for me, that's not 100% realistic. It could be, but like my body type just isn't that. Like you see me, like I have a big frame.
Yeah.
Like my shoulders, my chest is like, I think my mom measured it. It was like, hold on a second. I have it up over here actually.
And we ain't talking cup size, people.
My chest all around here is 51. I think it's inches or
Mhm.
no, inches or centimeters or something like that. Anyways, yeah, like I naturally have a big frame, and you mentioned the thing about like the legs and everything. When you were telling your story, I'm the exact same way. Like my legs aren't necessarily fat, like it's all muscle, and I find it hard to find pants because like my upper legs and like are like in and around my ass and everything, like it's hard to find pants that fit. Like I just got a new pair and they're already ripped like in the pocket area because of my thighs.
Mine's always been my calves. Like my calves, which I think is such a weird thing, because I feel like some people are like really weird and super into calves, and I've like, usually they've been pretty big. And same thing lately. It's like I find pants that fit decent, or they're like maybe a smidge tight, and like yeah, if I flex my ankle or bend a certain way, I'm like, dude, my like freaking calves are about to bust through these pants.
Yeah,
It's
it's almost like
frustrating.
you got to get like a size a little bit bigger.
Yeah. And then I gotta get the stretch pants on, or the stretch band, because I'm like, all right, I gotta make sure this fits, but the bottom's gotta fit too. And then of course you find one that I like, or at least for me, I'll find one that I like, and then a pallet slices the corner of the seat, rips it, and I'm like, man, I only had these for 3 weeks. They fit so well. Ugh.
Yeah, like I really like those jogger pants. They're like casually good for work and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And like I can actually move pretty fast in them. And yeah, like they got like that elastic waistband. You can just tie them up, and like it feels amazing.
Yeah. Whoever invented that, I appreciate you.
Yeah, me too.
But so your end game is 200. Um, do you have like this? I hate to harp on this too much, but like I'm a big goals guy, and
Hmm.
you know to reach your goals, you have to have like the proper. Is it attainable? All right, are you measuring? Are you doing like, like you can't say, hey, I want to lose 400 pounds in 2 weeks. Like that's impossible. And if it is, you had lipo.
Unless like literally you're cutting it out.
Yeah, unless you're having
Like doing a
surgery.
gastro or something.
Yeah, like you can't. That's not safe. That's not realistic. Like, have you set like? For me, I always like to write them on the wall or stuff like that. So it's like I see it, I mentalize. Like, there we go. So you got, so you got yours. Good. Love to
Yeah.
see it. I figured you.
We're gonna be doing that. My mom did my measurements at the very
Good.
end of December.
Mhm.
So every 6 weeks, we'll be measuring all the different parts of my body, whether I'm losing the weight on the scale or not. Like we'll have like some kind of progress, whether it's my arms are getting bigger, smaller. Same with all the other parts of my body. Got that up there. I got like my daily supplement schedule up there. In the back, I have a T-shirt hanging up just to kind of like inspire me every time I wake up in the morning
Yeah.
to make better choices, that kind of shit. Yeah.
Here's my last thing, and this is the one that I feel like hinders myself as well as most people, because they say like, I can't remember what the number was, but it was like 80% is your plate. It's what you're eating, and like for me, that's the angle that I'm like trying to work on the most, because it's like I know part of it's not like I don't want to completely cut out all the foods that I like pizza and stuff like that, but it's like you got to find that right balance.
Last night.
Yeah, I'm like I freaking love pizza. At the same time, I'm like rice and beans for me is such a staple of like a vegetarian diet, so it's like
Yeah.
that stuff's fine. But then at the same time, it's like financially, like it's more expensive to eat healthier to get
It
better
is,
stuff,
yeah.
which is frustrating. Time, like for me, I'm always on the road at work, so it's not like I can just go pop a meal in the microwave. I don't have a microwave on the road, so like that
That'd be difficult.
I struggle with. But like at the same time, it also kind of teaches you how to cook more, or like learn new recipes, or learn about different I guess food groups or food types or whatever. So on the plate, have you learned any new meals or any new cooking tips or anything for us?
Well, my mom, I still live at home. Obviously, you guys know this for those watching. Um, my parents, they prepare like all the meals and stuff, and like I'll buy like the ingredients or whatever.
Mhm.
And they've been teaching me how to do slow cooker stuff. We just got I can't remember what it's called, but like it's super good for cooking rice. I'll get a picture of it later, but
Okay.
it's good for rice and oatmeal and stuff like that, and I've been eating that a lot more. I've also been eating more greens, for veggies and everything. Really obsessed with celery right now. That's probably my number one. Um, and yeah, I mean, I do a lot of meal prep and everything. Usually every Sunday, like I'll lay out my entire meal for the week. Um, that's been helping quite a bit. I do supplement prep every Sunday as well, um, for every day of the week, and I'm just learning like I know how to cook like basic stuff, but like my mom's
Hmm.
definitely helping me out a lot more like with more advanced things. And trying to get that good balance. And I am going to be seeing a dietitian soon,
Oh, jealous.
so I can get some help with that as well. Um, and yeah.
That's one thing that I wish everyone really had more access to. Like,
Mm,
I think there was some, and this might change, but I don't really think it has. There was some stat that might have been a Freakonomics book that I was reading or listening to that said like your average doctor only takes one semester on nutrition, and
mm,
that's it. Because at the end of the day, if you fix your nutrition, usually you fix your sickness or your body, and there's
yeah.
no money to be made in that. The money is in the supplements and the med care and all that stuff. It's like, so they,
Mm,
when you break it down, it's sad to say, but it's like when you break it down, doctors want you to be sick. They don't want you to be in pain, but they want you to be sick because then it's like drugs. It's like, all right, well they're gonna keep giving you stuff, some little cocaine or whatever, and it keeps coming you back because and oh, you built a tolerance. Oh, I can get you more now. Okay, then they get their
hmm
cut of the pie. Like, but if you come in and you're like, hey man, if you just cut this out and eat that instead, and your arthritis will go away. All right, well, they don't see you again. They lost a customer.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
it's sad, but
It's a
like it's
sad
true.
reality. It is.
So I know I've had this is random shit, and we'll get off this in a second, but I've had many conversations with people at work recently about and I know your insurance and healthcare is way different than ours in the
Mhm.
States, but they were talking about this one guy was trying to get some procedures and stuff done, and the insurance either wasn't going to cover it or it was only going to cover it after you spent X amount of dollars. I don't remember what it was. Say it was like $6,500 or something. And he's like, "Well, the procedure's like $7,000, so you're gonna cover 5,000 of a $7,000 or $500 of a $7,000 process." Like, but I've been paying you $1,000 per year, so why do I even have insurance then if I'm paying you more than I'm getting back in return? And I
Mhm.
was sitting there like, exactly. This is why I don't have this insurance.
Mhm.
I was like, I get my vision, my dental, and I realize that if I'm sick or this hurts or that hurts, I'm going to have to make drastic changes. I'm going to have to fix my diet or do stretches or whatever it is. And I actually talked him through it. I was like, yo, what's the deal? He's like, well, this part of my back, like I'm having a lot of pain and this. And I'm like, have you tried these certain yoga stretches? Because I was like, this is what worked for me because like your spine and your core, like everything stems from there. So if you have lower back pain, it's gonna get to upper back pain, or it's gonna get your sciatic nerve, and then your legs are gonna hurt,
Mhm.
and your feet are gonna hurt. So like if you can get this core, and I was like, when you're younger, you're kind of like, oh, but that shit looks gay, and that makes me look weird or not cool. Like I don't want to do it.
Uh,
So I even was like,
I hate that mindset.
yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm like, do you want to be out of pain? I don't really care how I look if I'm out of pain. So
Mhm.
I was like, I don't know how you feel about this, but like it's gonna look weird. You might want to do it at your home or whatever, but I'm like, do this for a couple weeks, do these 3 stretches. They look weird, but they're good. And I guarantee your back pain's gonna loosen up. And he came back
Mhm.
to me 3 weeks later, and I was just like, hey, whatever happened with that doctor thing? Because he was like, I'm gonna quit. The only reason I have this job is for this insurance. And I was like, so whatever happened with that? And how's your back pain? And he's like, dude, I did those stretches you told me, completely gone, no issues.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Yeah, it's the
exactly.
same with me because I stretch every morning before I go to work, and I used to have a lot of lower back pain because when I was younger, I used to do insane deadlifts, but terrible
Oh,
form.
oh, yeah.
It messed up my back for years, and I've been doing stretches for past couple months, just different stretches that my dad does for his back. I do the same thing. I don't have that pain anymore, and I can still lift an insane amount. It helps.
Form, it's like stretching and all the flexibility. I mean, my leg flexibility is terrible because yeah, there's just I don't know, but that's the one thing I got to work on. But it's always been bad. But flexibility and stretches are way slept on. I think even LeBron, who's what like 40 now, I think so many.
Pretty sure.
I
Pretty
remember.
sure LeBron's older than 40.
Yeah, I want to say 42, but I also don't want to throw him under the bus. So,
He's
but
40. He's 41. He's 41, but still,
okay.
he's ridiculously fit.
So there was somebody interviewed him about that and was just like, LeBron, you've been an elite athlete for so long, and like your prime, I feel like was even like earlier, and you've prolonged that for, into your mid to late 30s, where most people tail off. Like, what's the secret? And he said something like, "Well, I stretch an hour before, like pregame workouts, and then after the game, I stretch another like hour and a half in the training room." So it helps with like the recovery and the bounce back and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously he's got trainers that can help him do that stuff, but he's like, that's how I maintain flexibility. That's how I recover easier. Because he's like, and it's true. Usually most people will like, you need to do a little warm up to get the body pumping, then stretch, and then do your workout. But majority of people do not stretch after their workout's over, when you actually, that's probably the most important time to do it. Myself included, I'd never thought about that until like years down the road, and then I was like, well, I guess that kind of makes sense, because the whole pump session is tight, 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 tight. At the end, you do kind of need that release and that stretch, and that would make a lot of sense why it would be less of a DOMS or less pain the next day when you're in recovery.
Exactly. I do the same thing. I stretch. Basically, what I do for a workout is I'll stretch for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll walk on a treadmill or do a bike or something like that for 10 minutes, warm up. I'll do my specific muscle group, which I have labeled like 5 different sections, which is biceps, triceps. I'll do a bicep, do a tricep, keep going through that. I could do that in like 40 to 45 minutes. And then like I'll do legs one day, another day I'll do shoulders and back, another day I'll do like deadlift specific, and another day I'll do chest. I did chest today. And then at the very end of the workout, I'll cool down for 5 minutes, walk slow on a treadmill, pedal really slowly on a bike or something like that, and then I'll do stretches again for 5 to 10 minutes.
That's a great wind down.
That's basically what it looks like for me.
Good.